Hey guys, welcome back to another video on this channel. Today I wanted to discuss Battlefront 3 and if we will ever be getting another Battlefront game entirely if EA does not make one. Now I believe that EA at this point, because they're not planning to make a Battlefront 3, it probably won't happen. There is still some hope. There are a few Star Wars games coming out in 2021 and 2022, but EA's contract with Disney is ending on 2023. And this Battlefront 3 game would have to be released on the next generation of consoles. EA had just ended its live support for Battlefront 2 and Battlefield 5. The Battlefront community is still happy where the game ended up and how far it's come, but the Battlefield community is a little bit upset about how it ended its whole live service to Battlefield 5 so they could work on the new Battlefield game. But the thing is, I think EA is just going to focus on making their own property, their own Battlefield games, instead of working on the Battlefront games. Because if you think about it this way, the CEO right now, I don't know his name, but he came after the whole Disney EA deal was even made to begin with. And after all these canceled projects, all these single player projects, they couldn't monetize basically. It looks like EA's only focus is to monetize basically every single one of their properties. And obviously they can't do that with the Battlefront series because of the backlash that they got from doing it with their latest game. But the thing is, the Star Wars has a lot of potential. I mean, it's not impossible to monetize cosmetics. I mean, think about how much customization you could do to the alien skins basically, or make your own clone trooper class, something like that. And I know it's detrimental to the Star Wars canon or whatever, but why does it have to be canon basically? I mean, the last Battlefront game wasn't canon either, and they still managed to not really make as many cosmetics as people would like. I mean, we still didn't get the Maul hooded skin, but yet we got like hooded Kylo Ren and Rey skin. And it seems to me that it would just be too much of a project for EA to make a huge game like Battlefront 3, because it would have to compete with the Battlefront 2 game, and it would have to be on the next generation of consoles, meaning that they couldn't just bring assets from the other game directly into the new one. They would have to build it from the ground up, which is an incredible task because the first Battlefront game already had a lot of the sequel and original trilogy stuff already in the game because of their previous game. But now with this one, they would have to build up X-Wing models, AT-AT models, stuff like that into a whole new game. And with this next generation of consoles, it seems like EA would probably more likely want to go with their own property like the Battlefield game. They would probably have to make a campaign which was set in the Clone Wars, because I mean, everybody's pretty much tired at this point of the sequel and original trilogy. People are probably going to lean more towards the prequel trilogy. And the thing is that Battlefront isn't really known for its incredible campaigns. I mean, sure, we did have that like one in 2005, which is really iconic and really good campaign, but it's not like it had like a ton of effort put into it. It was basically a voiceover with some game footage in the background, and I think really that's all EA would need. Maybe just following a clone trooper from being a cadet to being in like the 501st Legion, or it could be like something where you could choose your own faction or your own clone trooper legion and then follow their battles from there. Like, think about the possibilities in that realm. Like, if you would choose like the 212th, you'd go to like Ryloth and Utapau, and then like if you chose the 41st, you could go to Kashyyyk and forget the other one that they went to, but you could have that whole battle on the starship as well. Just a lot of stuff like that, and of course the 501st as well. On top of trying to, with the next gen console, they would also have to compete with the Battlefront 2 series, and it would need to have more maps and more heroes than it does right now. Right now, the Battlefront 2 has 22 heroes, and multiple other maps as well. I don't know exactly how many, but including the campaign. But they would have to make a lot of maps that weren't in the original games, and they would have to make a lot of heroes as well. In the future, I might make another video on a concept for Battlefront 3 and what it may look like. So if you guys want to see that, leave a like. You know, you could go see that. But basically, I feel like EA, if they were to make a good Battlefront 3 game, I feel like everybody would kind of just forget about the monetization thing entirely, and they could continue probably monetizing, I mean, until it's illegal, of course, but to monetize, you know, FIFA and Forza and, you know, all their other sport properties. I just feel like if they were to make this game, like, and go all out and make a really good campaign and make it on the next generation with, like, the incredible graphics that they already have, I feel like it could really compete with the 2005 version, which had a lot more content at launch than the original Battlefront 2 had. So again, the Battlefront 3 seems to be cursed though, because as they were making Battlefront 3 originally for you know, the Lucas Arts or whatever, it got canceled. I don't exactly know why. There's a lot of rumors and speculation around it, but yeah, I feel like if they were to make this Battlefront 3, it would be a nice send-off to the Skywalker saga, you know, unlike the the Rey Skywalker or whatever. But, you know, I feel like EA could really make a really good game, and it would increase their reputation with gamers a lot. I mean, because they're already basically, with their live service with Battlefront 2, they're just trying to build their reputation. That's basically all it is. It's just for gamers to forget about the horrendous launch and, you know, of course, their lack of content game, the first game, Battlefront 1, which, I mean, again, it was a pretty good game, right? But I'm just saying that if they were to make this huge all-out game, this huge Star Wars game, I think it would just be too much for EA, especially with their whole focus with monetization and everything. But honestly, let me know what you guys think. Would you rather have, like, you know, a single-player bounty hunter game or something, or a Battlefront 3 with a campaign from the Clone Wars? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.